But see, all these different camera angles now, it's just everywhere. Anyway, always got to drink out of these cups. Once you finish making them, once you've used them, you never go back. Get a Zupa Duper, or whatever they're called. I call them funny faces, but I've got a cola one. Can of Pepsi. This thing holds one Zupa Duper, one whole can of Pepsi. Perfectly. Can't do that with the ceramic cups. They just doesn't feel right. Anyway, that's what I was talking about. Angle grinder. Or angle die grinder for the correct terminology. But all we do with it is we're going to take off that and give the bottom just a quick little smoother. Now for you to see that, if I sit down here, you can probably see what I'm doing. So that there, as you can see, has already taken off most of that little lump that was in the middle there. So then what we do is work our way around like that. So as you can see, yeah, noisy, a little bit painfully boring for watching, but that's what I'm going to do. So see you in a sec. Alright, so that was about, well, maybe 2 minutes of sanding with that thing, just going around. Now, nearly, I could say almost 90% of the time, when I'm using this, I tend to sit there working around like I do, like this, and tend to jump over onto the edge on here, and I make a scar on there or something like that. This time I didn't actually do it, so I'm in that 10% of good. Now there's still a few little defects and stuff in the bottom here and stuff like that, but because we're going to be writing over it and also resining over it, you don't really have to get too pedantic about how it actually looks on the base here. All the other ones, you don't basically see anything on the base here, you just see the writing and it goes quite dark. This one being a lighter colour wood, I don't know why, but it is. I'll give that a little bit more work on there. Oh, back here. A little bit more work on the rough patches just around here with this, just a little bit more. And then I'll get 1000 grit and just do it by hand. I'll show you what I do there. But I just wanted to show you the fact that when I'm using this, if you come down this way, you tend to walk over the edge. Logics, because it's rolling that way, it wants to go off that way. So I'll work up this way, but still, even working this way, sometimes you can jump over. So what I actually do is I sit down here, hold it onto my leg like that, and work along like that. So doing that, I'm just sitting there turning the cup around, holding this steady, just moving it around in a circular motion, just to keep it on that edge there. And you can see this when the surface hits on there somehow. Yep. When the surface hits on there, you don't want it to jump and roll over the top of that. You just want it to stay on this surface and just keep it working around. But that's pretty smooth now. Even that little bit of work that I just did then makes that quite nice and smooth. So from there, hang on. I'll just grab a bit of 1000 grit, wet and dry. Of course, working with normal wood, don't wet it. When you're working with resin, always wet it. And it's just a matter of giving it a quick hand sand. I won't bore you with that because everybody knows how to give a hand sand. Just keep changing the bit of paper that you're using so you're not wearing away on the same spot, not wearing away the wood. It's going to go a little bit white and fuzzy again because you're doing it by hand. That's alright, it'll come off. As you keep sanding down, it all comes back smooth. And then once that resin hits it, it'll all change back into the normal colour. You can get really pedantic and make this dead smooth, like we did on the outside and all that sort of stuff. But yet again, it's going to be written over and it's the base of the cup. And when you see how it looks afterwards, you'll understand why. So I won't bore you with me standing here doing this. See you in a sec. Well, we're back again. Different camera angle. Now, that's basically sanded down to enough that we need to do. And now all I do is I do my engraving across the bottom there. As most people know, I put the SP Woodcrafts on there. Shout out to me. And then do the name of the wood, whatever wood it's going to be, and of course this is Jarrah, and the year that I made it in, just to keep track of it. So anything that's out there that doesn't have a date is pre-2015, so I started dating things in 2015, so anything out there without a date is before that, so just hope it's worth money one day. The way I do it is with the old pyro machine, or as this one's called, the poker work. I just turn, for Jarrah, basically this thing runs flat out. All it is a pen, heats up at the end, as you'll see, and then that little glowing bit on the end there is what I do the burning with, and it's just a matter of keeping, I guess, a steady hand and getting nice and comfortable so that you can stay in the same sort of spot for a while. I rest my hand on the bigger cups, they're quite handy like that. If I don't have anything to rest my hand on, I tend to use this piece of pipe here because it's a nice height for my hand to work at depending on the piece, but you can always adjust underneath it just to make it nice and comfortable. The drama with that is you're not working together with the piece, so I tend to like resting just my hand on the edge there like that, and then I work on the opposite side of the cup, and whichever way some people feel comfortable writing over here, some people feel comfortable, there's no right or wrong, I'm just telling you how I do it. And I come in a bit from the edge so the edge can sit on the bench top, not scratch away, and then it's just a matter of turning the cup around to each letter that you need and burning it in. This little machine is so old, it was from Cassandra's family, and they had it as kids. We have photos of Cass using it as an actual teenager. So it's still going. I have to change the ends in here sometimes to get it going when they break apart, because of course the heat going through there does wear them out a little bit. I better concentrate on what I'm doing. Well, there you go. I normally do this one in capitals, but I'm going to do this one in lowercase for once. There you go. Everything's new today. New tools, new way of writing. Hey, there's no right or wrong. It's actually quite easy to do it in lowercase. I don't normally write lowercase, I'm not that neat in it. What do we call it? What do we call it? Hopefully you can see what I'm doing over there. Yeah, you can see little markings happening anyway. And then I'll just do the date over here. Because we are in 2019 now. Alright, now turn that off. And on the bottom there you can see SP Woodcrafts, and of course it's all backwards because I'm doing it so I can see what I'm recording. But hey, you can see what I've done. You can see a little bit of resin sticking through there, the feature, so it's all nice and sealed. You know it's definitely sealed through there because there's nothing in there. Just give it a wipe off. And then basically the next thing to do now will be to resin there. So it's going to be a pour resin. As you can see with that cut off, if I get it at the right angle for you, you can see there's just a dip in there. So the resin will fill that up and it will just become nice and flat. And then that'll be our little cup. Nearly there. 2 coats on the bottom. We're done. See you next time.